With nearly 6 million homes projected sold in 2018, the need for energetic and motivated realtors is at an all-time high. So on this podcast, we're going to talk about this wonderful career opportunity. And with me in studio today from Gateway Realty here in North Platte, Nebraska, is JoAnn Perlinger and Nelson Jett. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. Good morning.
Good morning. So, JoAnn, let me start with you. You've been a realtor now for 22 years, correct?
Correct. Almost 22 years. 22 years in June.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Tell me about the evolution of being a realtor and your path 22 years later down the road.
Real estate has changed a lot in 22 years, a lot in the way that we communicate, for instance. When I first started selling real estate, we carried a pager. We would receive a message on that pager and then have to pull out our cell phone and call in on the cell phone. And now, of course, it's instant communication. When I first started selling real estate, we had a big, big notebook of all of our listings. And now, of course, that is all online. We have Paragon online, and with that, we can keep in touch with our buyers especially, to keep them updated instantly about the market.
Do you see an intersection of how technology has affected the role of a realtor? I mean, it's a very in-depth process. Has technology helped that?
It's definitely easier. A lot of our buyers come to us already knowing they've already seen the home online. They've done their shopping online. They've narrowed down the homes that they want to see. So that's a time saver. Definitely, it has made everything easier.
What is the one thing in your 22 years, nearly 22 years of being a realtor, that has not changed?
The thing that has not changed is how wonderful our clients are. We get to meet, see, and get to know very many wonderful, wonderful people. Our buyers and sellers are the reason that we get up in the morning and come to work.
I'm going to turn to Nelson now. Nelson, you have been a realtor now for 4 months.
Yes, that is correct.
So why did you choose this career?
A big part of it was my grandmother, because she has been in it for 22 years. I have helped her a lot over the last few years, just doing little office work things, and I've gone to showings and things with her, and I've always liked it. It's always been really fun. I like real estate. I like the marketing part of real estate, getting to go out there and market the homes and show off the homes to people, and then there's nothing better than helping someone buy their dream home.
So from a young person's point of view, what was the attraction to this career?
Well, I think part of what made me become a realtor is that I knew I was going to be going to college soon after I graduated, and I had a lot of different options as far as colleges go. Mm-hmm. And I chose to stay here and go to Mid-Plains because I knew that if I did that, I could stay here and also sell real estate at the same time. That might have not been as easy going to another college in another town. I probably wouldn't have done real estate if I had gone that route. But I went this route, and so I chose to do real estate as well. And a big part of that was probably my attraction to real estate and my grandmother and Sherry Bourne. She's very, very welcoming, and Gateway just feels like a big, happy family.
Wow, that's fantastic to hear. I want to talk about what it took to become a realtor. Has that changed?
It hasn't changed so much. When I took my test to become a realtor, first of all, I took my classes here in North Platte at Mid-Plains Community College, night classes, and that was very fun. And then went to Lincoln to take the test. And it was a huge, huge group of people taking the test all at once. And then we had to wait. It was either 3 weeks or 6 weeks. I don't remember for sure anymore. But our results from the tests would come in the mail, and we would have to wait that long to know whether or not we passed the test.
Things have changed. Nelson, what was it like for you?
Well, nowadays they do not have the classes offered out here at Mid-Plains anymore. And so you do either have to choose the online option to take your pre-licensing classes, or they still do offer a week-long course in Lincoln that you can go and take all your pre-licensing classes and then sit for the exam. And the exam has now changed in that which you take it on a computer in a little room about this size that we're in currently, and you get your results instantly. You take the test on the computer, and then the printer prints out your results, and you know right then and there whether you passed or whether you failed.
Now, once you get your licensure, I'm sure there's training involved. What kind of training, what kind of experience do you need to be a really special realtor?
It takes a lot of hard work. You don't just walk in and start selling homes. You build your business, and you really have to want to learn how to sell real estate. You need to have a lot of drive yourself, because no one is going to follow you around and make you sell homes. It's up to you. Gateway has some training, and that is very helpful. We have found in the last years, as Nelson is doing, he is shadowing me. We are working together, and that is the very best way to learn. He works with me on purchase agreements, listing agreements. We work with clients together, and he learns firsthand from me, so he's building off of what I have learned over 22 years.
You are a lucky young man to have such a great resource sitting next to you today.
Yes, she's a pretty good resource. We do a lot of work together, and it's really fun, and I'm learning a lot of new things.
Let's talk about Gateway. Tell me a little bit about Gateway and why it is such a family-oriented environment like you talked about, Nelson.
Well, I think one big part of that is that for all of the new realtors that don't have someone like JoAnn to work with them, that anyone there is open to helping you. If you have a situation that you need help with, you can almost go in any office and say, hey, can you help me out with this? Everyone's just so open and willing to help you and is a big support group to you. I mean, it's just a great place to work.
JoAnn, what's your impressions? You've been there for 22 years. You've seen the evolution of not only the business, but of Gateway.
Yes, I have. And I think the fact that I've been there for that long says a lot about Gateway. I have not needed to go anywhere else. When I first started at Gateway, it was owned by Wes Grady and Sherry Bourne. And during that time, Wes has sold the company to Sherry, so she's our broker owner now. She creates a very nice atmosphere at Gateway. She's very caring and very supportive of all of us, and it really makes for a very nice atmosphere in which to work.
Is there a sense of growth and teamwork that can take a young realtor like Nelson and build them not only confidence-wise, but through the industry to know the little ins and outs it takes to sell that home?
Teams are the kind of the new thing in real estate. The last 3 to 4 years, we've seen a lot of teams come together. We have 2 teams in our office. Nelson and I recently took a class in Omaha. We were at Berkshire Hathaway, over 600 agents, and they have a lot of teams working together. Bigger teams than what we have in North Platte. But it seems to be a very good way to learn how to sell real estate, and it just creates a good way to work together. It gives you an opportunity if you ever need time off. You have someone to fill in for you.
For the individuals who are listening to this podcast and they're considering a career change, or maybe they're like you, Nelson, and they just graduated college or haven't really figured out what they want to do, why is being a realtor an attractive career choice?
Well, for me, because I like to work hard. I've always liked to work hard. I started working at the age of 15 as a lifeguard, and I was there until I became a realtor just recently. And so you have to have a lot of work ethic and a lot of drive to be a realtor. I would say that if you have an 8 to 5 job, 5 days a week, and you're thinking about leaving it to become a realtor because you want to become your own boss, I would say don't leave your day job, because real estate truly is a 7-day-a-week, 24/7 job if you make it be that. You'll work as much as you want to, but you also get out of it as much as you put into it.
You've seen a lot of realtors come and go.
I have.
What makes a good realtor?
Just exactly what Nelson said. You've got to have a lot of drive. You've got to be ready to work hard. It's not 9 to 5, it's 7 days a week. Nelson and I spent part of Saturday working. We spent part of Sunday afternoon in the office wrapping up some sales. We don't very often have a weekend off. We work a lot of evenings, so I would say if you're considering this, just exactly what Nelson said, know that you're going to be working hard. Very rewarding, but you will work hard.
So I'm sure a lot of people out there are wondering about the income potential as a realtor.
The industry is constantly growing. Home prices, of course, have increased since I started selling real estate. It is all paid out on a commission basis, though. And so the price of the home helps when they're figuring that commission check. But there is no steady income. It is all commission.
So you've got to work really hard.
You have to work. It's up to you. You can make as little or as much as you want.
Nelson, from the perspective that you're sitting in, brand new, where does the income factor play into your decision to become a realtor?
Well, I want to work as hard as I possibly can. And so that also goes with I want to make as much money as I possibly can. And so I think it's all kind of like what JoAnn said. You get out what you put into it. And so if you only put in a couple hours a week, a couple days a week, and say, I'm not going to answer a phone call on Saturday, then you're not probably going to make as much as other people who are willing to work all day Saturday and all day Sunday to get those sales.
For somebody who's listening to this podcast and maybe they're not familiar with the North Platte area, tell me what some of the benefits are of working in a community like this.
Well, for one, Nelson and I were in Omaha a few weeks ago, like I mentioned, and we could see how those realtors had a long ways to travel to show homes. For us, we can be anywhere in North Platte in 5 minutes. We have a wonderful community. We're trying really hard, Gateway is, to get out into the community this year, harder than ever, to support a lot of fundraisers and anything that we can do for the community to give back to them. They have supported us so very well, and we truly appreciate that. We have some nice small businesses in the town, and I like to support them, keep them going. But the town as a whole has really supported real estate.
Nelson, what do you think about working in North Platte?
I like it. Like JoAnn said, it's a small town atmosphere. Everyone knows each other. I really like that. You can go anywhere and see someone that you automatically know their name and know their face. And a lot of the small businesses, we support those. Like JoAnn said, Gateway Realty is really getting out there in the community this year. We just did the chili cook-off, and we won 3rd place as a team. And so that was really exciting. We donated our money back to that cause that we won from that event. And we're just really trying to get out there and support the small businesses in the community and support all the fundraisers that we can for the people that have given so much to the business over the past years.
It sounds like being a realtor in a small town environment like North Platte is different than maybe Omaha or Denver or a major city. It seems more family.
Yes.
Yes, I think it would be totally different to go to a city like Omaha or Denver. For us, anyway, it would be.
Yeah, it'd be a lot different to be there.
As we close the podcast, one final question for each of you. Same question. Nelson, if there was one piece of advice or one bit of information you can give to somebody who is taking down the information and saying, man, I need to look at becoming a realtor, what would that be?
I would say that my piece of advice to someone considering becoming a realtor would be to make sure that you are going to work as hard as you possibly can.
JoAnn?
And I would say welcome. We'd love to have you. Be prepared, as Nelson said, to work hard. Come and join us.
Nelson, JoAnn, thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you very much.
If you need more information about career opportunities at Gateway Realty, you can give them a call at 308-532-1810. That's 308-532-1810. or you can visit them online at gatewayrealtynp.com. Hope you found the information informative. On behalf of JoAnn and Nelson, thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you again real soon. Have a great day, everybody.